this is OpenLLAMA. It is an open source reproduction of Meta AI's popular LLaMA Large Language Models. Unlike the original, this release is also permissively licensed. It is being developed by these two researchers at Berkeley AI Research. To understand why this work is important, we need to travel back in time to the old days of AI, to precisely the 25th of February 2023, a little over 2 months ago. It was a good day, and Yann LeCun, the Turing Prize winner and AI honcho at Meta AI, sent this tweet announcing to the world the release of the LLaMA Large Language Models, the research paper, and the code. Then he added these two more tweets for context, and the AI world was transformed. It was now clear that he was talking about a game changer. Here's why. These were the first models to train on trillions of tokens using only openly available data. The model architecture was also new. They had longer context length of at least 4096 tokens as shown in this table. They clearly beat the state of the art on these standard performance benchmarks. LLaMA 32 billion parameter outperformed GPT-3 on most benchmarks despite being 10 times smaller. LLaMA 65 billion parameter is also competitive with the state-of-the-art such as Chinchilla with 70 billion parameter and Palm with 540 billion parameter, and the training loss curves showed that the models could still improve by trailing beyond the 1.4 trillion tokens. Some people reading the tweet saw just one problem. It wasn't the data or the language models themselves. No, it was the license, which did not permit commercial use. As shown here, you also had to request access to get the weight. So these conditions rubbed a lot of non-researchers the wrong way. And for a while, Yann LeCun's Twitter streams looked like the hotline for disgruntled teenagers. And so, with the fullness of time and a glimmer of hope emerged, across the Atlantic in Europe, a consortium of AI researchers known as Together had been doing open source the traditional way. And now they focused on reproducing the LLaMA dataset. They carefully prepared the source data, cleaned it, and closely replicated the reported LLaMA dataset. And on April 17, 2023, they released 1.2 trillion token dataset as Red Pajama. This is how it compares with the LLaMA dataset. And this brings us back to the present, to OpenLLAMA. The researchers at Berkeley AI Research have taken the Red Pajama dataset and are in the process of reproducing the published research on the LLaMA Large Language Models. They have written that they are using the same architecture, the same pre-processing steps, and the same hyperparameters. Only the training data is replaced by the Red Pajama dataset. This release is a preview release of the 7 billion parameter model trained on only 200 billion tokens of data, which is only 1/5 of the total for the 7 billion parameter model. They have also published this preliminary evaluation, which looks promising. However, the training is only about 20% done. So apart from quality control and project documentation, further conclusions made from these benchmark results can only be temporary. About OpenLLAMA training loss curve, I noticed a flattening of the learning rate after training for 200 billion parameters. This line seems almost horizontal. While it is likely an artifact of the plotting scale or something else, I'm comparing it to this loss curve in the LLaMA paper, where at 200 billion tokens, the loss curve still had a clear downward slope. This slope led them to speculate that further training was very likely possible, well beyond the 1.4 trillion tokens. And now let's look at the future of OpenLLAMA. Indeed, the future looks bright. As you can see here on the chart language model tracker, the LLaMA models are highlighted in yellow and they are the most popular. I must say I'm looking forward to OpenLLAMA becoming a free alternative model for all these chat language models that now use Llama, but also keep releasing the LLM research, code, and weights to the world to help the world become a better place. Thank you.